Hey everyone, it's Harry Frankfurt, and today I wanted to give you an update to the update about me not doing so well. So, trigger warning in subject title for a reason. So, cool. Now that that's all out of the way, I want to also add a warning that this might be kind of offensive, and I will try not to sugarcoat what I'm going to say. Sorry, I just dissociated just then. I'm really weird right now. I'm going to try not to dissociate. I'm going to try not to sugarcoat what I'm about to say because I don't want to hide anything and I don't want to, change the perception of what I'm saying. So, anyway, I'm also going to add, my brain has been doing all sorts of things. My ability to look into the future and the past and schedule, like in terms of I had a meeting that I in my head thought was today, so I got all set up and then sat at my computer waiting for it to start and then realized it was meant to be on the 8th, so it wasn't today, and that happens to me so often. I don't know if I'm just dissociating all of the time or if I'm just not present enough or if I need to meditate more. All of the above, I really don't know. So that's been going on with my head, which is worrying, but this video is not about that. This video is about my eating disorder, which I don't want to say I'm not suffering with, but I don't think I am. And now I'm gonna get into the meat and potatoes of this video. Did you like the little food reference there? So, okay, I'm going to start with the warning that I will be offensive in 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, whatever. I am pretty fat phobic. I don't think that should come as a surprise given that I suffer with a typically restrictive disorder. I want to weigh less. And I think everyone should want to weigh less. And I am what most people would consider your normal or ideal body shape and size, and I hate it because I think I'm too big and I am trying desperately to get smaller. So one of the things that I do with this fat phobia is I watch reaction channels reacting to Amberlynn Reid and Foodie Beauty. And I was watching, the only real one that I watch is Young Dumb Honey Bun. And bless her, she's fantastic, she's phenomenal. Queen, honestly, legit. She made a video on Foodie Beauty's videoception, where Foodie Beauty Chantal explains that her disorder prevents her from seeing all the negative health consequences. And at that point I was like, oh shit, okay, so yeah, I get it. Because I am recognizing that my scales are telling me that I am underweight. Under what weight, I don't know, because I still think I have a lot to go. I am not happy. I'm not happy with my body, and I'm super content the way I am. And well, I'm super content continuing to lose weight, even though, according to the scales, they're saying, hey, yo, underweight, and then I'm having some minor health situations with that could be related to the underweight. And I'm kind of brushing those health consequences off because I'm like, you know what, that could be anything. That's probably a good thing. I'm glad. And I don't really want to talk about what they are, and I'm not going to pretend that they're not happening publicly, because I think a lot of the frustration with publicly disordered creators, of which I'm sure you can all imagine who I'm talking about, there's only really one. One that's popular, but anyway, I digress. The frustration is more so in the promotion of a smaller body and pretending that it's all daisies and rainbows. So I'm not going to do that. I will admit that I almost wanted to take that back. I legitimately was I was inches away from being I'll admit that I'm having, no, it's probably not that. I'll admit that I'm having some health things happen because of me being underweight. But I'm not doing anything about it. And the reason I wanted to mention that is because the hearing of it from a person who is probably morbidly obese and claims they have an eating disorder and is continuing to engage in behaviors that enforce their morbid obesity and diabetes and all of that stuff. For me, in a privileged body, and I hate that saying, I look at that and I go, what the hell? Like, just stop eating. It's so easy. It's and to me it is. And I also like have always wondered, like, how do you even get to that size without realizing? Because you have to change your clothes all the time. And then now I'm looking at that going, hang on a second. When I try on my clothes and I'm like, this just looks, I mean, this used to be fucking tight on me and now it's like baggy and I can't get it to fit properly. And I keep kind of brushing it off as like, I must have stretched in the wash, you know, must be something else, must just be, I don't know, where the moon is or something. And I can imagine that the inverse problem of like getting too big for your clothes, you probably have the same problem where you're like, shrunk in the wash, you know. I'm just a different size now because they've changed the way the sizing works. So I get it. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that I, for whatever reason, got scared that I had COVID, right? And I really don't think I have any reason to believe that I do. I Googled, you know, because I was wanting to see if there was any evidence to suggest that COVID in an underweight body would have as dramatic an experience as COVID in a larger body. And I found out that underweight people apparently have a greater risk of dying from COVID than overweight people. And I was like, okay, one, cool, I'm actually gonna know if I ever get COVID. And then I kind of went, oh, but this is like about old people. And, you know, I'm probably not that underweight. And like in one of the documents it said it's severely underweight. Like how severely are we talking? I mean, look at me. I don't think that I'm that underweight. My scales are like, hey, but I'm not, I mean, I'm so like on the border, in my opinion. Like it's not that bad. And so now we come back into the whole purpose of this video, which was to say, eating disorders do that. Eating disorders make you think that you're not that bad. And I always knew that for smaller bodied eating disordered people, but I didn't realize that it was the same for the inverse. And so I've got like a newfound respect or a newfound understanding of people with like binge eating disorder or overeating disorder or like those kinds of things. And I also want to add, I'm not suffering mentally with the eating disorder yet. I just don't like or want to be eating and I want to lose weight. And I don't want to say I hate my body, but I don't like, I want it to be smaller. And I'm getting back into the gym and I want to be doing more. Like that, the need to do more, like exercise is definitely there. But I still think I'm totally fine. Like I'm actually, like I still have bits that I can grab onto. Oh, body checking, definitely back. Body checking, check. Also, eating disorder update, I guess. I love fruit, hot cross buns and I almost thought of getting them a few times. And then now it's the Thursday before Good Friday. I don't even know when you're supposed to eat the hot cross buns, if it's like all the time or none of the time or what, but I almost felt sad that I can't let myself eat them. But I couldn't possibly let myself. I don't know. I don't think I could bring myself to eat one. So there's that. And I'm also kind of worried that if I go to edit this video and find that I don't look skinny enough, I will not upload it. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna meditate and I will possibly, sorry I'm staring at myself in the viewfinder because I'm like trying to see if I look thin or not. This will probably never get uploaded, but I'd like to have it in the future. So, yes, okay, bye. I don't know, whatever. Let me spell it out for you. Dysmorphia does not go away because you changed your body the way that your dysmorphia tells you should. And you can take that from me because I think I should have accomplished the goal and I am just as dissatisfied with my body as I was before. I'm just as confused, if not more. I still feel like there's more to do and I think not that I've ever been able to really accomplish the goal of getting rid of the dysmorphia, or getting rid of. I think the only way you can really do it is by changing the way you view your body. So if your brain decides for whatever reason that you need to do something to your body because it looks like a fucking whatever, it looks weird, it's, you know, like 9 feet long and bumpy and, you know, if, like, dysmorphia doesn't make sense, right? Don't listen to it and decide to change your body to appease this voice that isn't in reality anyways. Like, it could be wrong in the first place. It's not based in reality. So by changing things based on something that is living in a world of fantasy or imagination. It's just an ever-moving goalpost, and that's really all I wanted to say, because I got dressed cute today, and I think I look like a fucking, if I'm being honest, I don't know what the fuck I look like. And that's because of the dysmorphia that I thought losing weight would solve. So, yeah, anyway.